Hey guys, today's video is going to be a get ready with me, my morning routine, and as you can see, the first thing that I do in the morning is make myself a cup of tea. Before I do anything else, I cannot function without my morning cup of tea. I currently am drinking English breakfast tea and it is delicious. That just came out of my mouth really bizarrely then. Once my cup of tea's made, I go upstairs with my iPad and my iPod and check everything that's been going on while I've been sleeping. Yep, I'm a social networking nut and listening to music is like a ritual. Every morning I have to listen to it. I am listening to Simple Plan at the moment and I am loving their new album. It's so good. Once I've finished my cup of tea and caught up on everything is when I head to the bathroom, and there's my toothbrush. I am using the Oral-B Braun electric toothbrush, and this is just prescription toothpaste that I got from my dentist because I have really bad teeth. There's me brushing my teeth with only half a head. I didn't realise my camera records in widescreen, so it goes all a bit funny. This toothbrush is amazing. You can see it lighting up there. If you push too hard on your gums or on your teeth, it lights up, so you're not damaging your teeth too much, not brushing too hard, and it works in like 30 seconds on each side of your mouth. So you do 30 seconds and it vibrates, and you do another 30 seconds, and it just goes on like that for 2 minutes. I always do an extra 30 seconds just doing the fronts of my teeth. I never feel like I get them clean enough doing them with the other 30 seconds, which makes no sense, but there's me just doing the front of my teeth. Once they're all done, I move on to my Nspa Beauty Box 1, 2, 3, 4 system. I have just done a review on this, which will be linked down below. I got hair all tied up. I'm starting off with number 1, which is a melting cleansing gel, and just rub it really well over my entire face and making sure to get in all them sort of problem areas, which is, for me, it's down the side of my nose and my cheeks and my chin. Once it's all nice and rubbed in, you just use a little bit of water just to turn it into a milk, and then just get a flannel face cloth, whatever you want to call it, and just wash off the extra. Next up is the hot cloth polish. This, if you've watched my review on it, this is my absolute favourite one. Just like we did before, I'm going to just rub it in over all the sort of problem areas and really just concentrate on those cheeks and around the nose. You can leave this on for about 5 minutes if you feel like you really need a good cleanse. Taking the muslin cloth then in just hand hot water, just scrub over all of your face. Again, I just concentrate on where it needs it the most and make sure I really get into them pores. This does sting a little bit because it's quite rough, but it's a nice kind of sting. Next up, we've got my lip scrub from Lush. I'm not too sure on this at the moment. I have just written a blog review on it, so make sure that you check that. It will be in the description bar. And the camera went blurry here, I'm sorry, but I'm just making sure to scrub my lips really, really well with this to get all the dead skin off because I have insanely chapped lips. Once my lips are fully scrubbed, I move on to step 3 of the Nspa box. This is the Illuminating Beauty Serum, and I just put this all over my face and make sure it's rubbed in quite well because it is quite greasy. Next up is my eyes. I'm using the Simple Eye Roll-On on Garnier Eye Cream. Firstly is the Simple Eye Roll-On. I just put this on all under my eyes and over my eyes because it feels so nice. It's so cold and refreshing, and then just gently rub in all the excess that's left on. Next is the cream, and I just put a small amount in there on because this has got quite a little bit of shimmer in, and then I'm just dabbing on, making sure it's nice and I don't like to rub it in because it makes my eyes red, so just dab it all in until it's all nice and evenly blended. That's me looking a bit like a weirdo trying to put cream on under my good eye there. That's because if I close it, I can't see anything, and just making sure it's all dabbed in. And next up is stage 4 of the Nspa, which is moisturiser. I'm just putting a tiny amount on my face here because it is very, very oily, this, and it's just making sure it's all rubbed in and all down my neck. The last thing that I do is lip balm. This is homemade lip balm and it's so moisturising, and we just put that all over my lips and make sure it's rubbed in, and your lips feel so good after using this. And then it's time to get dressed, so there's me doing a little twirl, and it's time for makeup. And yes, I've got the iPod in again. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation in ivory because I am pale as a ghost, and the Samantha Chapman Real Techniques Stippling foundation brush. I love this brush, it's so good to just blend it out all of your makeup. Just in nice little circles, I start at my chin and work my way around, making sure everything's blended into my cheeks. I do under my eyes, I do it very gently, otherwise they will go bright red and puffy. Yeah, that's just me, it's supersonic speed putting my makeup on. Next up is concealer, and I am using the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eye Eraser. I've only just got this and so far I am loving it. It does so good for my under eyes. That's the Real Techniques makeup sponge. Apparently it's a dupe for the Beauty Blender, and so far I am so surprised. It's so good. Mixed with this concealer, it just completely covers everything that I want it to cover. With whatever's left on the sponge afterwards, I just quickly go over a few blemishes. And then we move on to Rimmel's Stay Matte Foundation with, once again, the Real Techniques foundation powder brush. And this I just use to set my foundation where I get quite oily, which is always just with my T-zone and my cheeks. We are going to be using the Soap & Glory powder trip. This is 3 powders in one. I am using the highlighter there with the, once again, Samantha Chapman Real Techniques. I think this is a setting brush. I don't actually have anything to put highlighter on, so we just use that. And then we blend with the big brush because I'm not too good at putting highlighter on. Bronzer with the blusher brush this time from the Samantha Chapman Real Techniques, and we're just going to do a tiny little bit of contouring. I don't really need to contour that badly, so we just do it really light just in my cheekbones, over my head, and a little bit under my chin as well, just to give that extra little bit of shadow. And with the same brush and the same palette, we're going to take the blush this time, and we're just going to put some blush on. There's not really much else I can say to that. I love this blush. It's so natural and looks so good on my skin tone. Then once that's done, we're going to get that trusty powder brush back again and just blend everything out. Mascara now, this is just an MUA, it's an old one that I've had for a while, and it's really good. I like it. It just gives a really nice little lift to your eyelashes, if that makes sense. There's not really anything else to say for putting mascara on. There's me doing it with my mouth closed. Look at that, I can put mascara on with my mouth closed. Apparently not, there's me wiping it off again. Baby lips, lip balm time. I'm loving this just for that little hint of colour. It just really sets off the whole look. Time to sort out my crazy hair. This is the first time that I've done it that morning, and yep, there's what my hair looks like before I have done absolutely anything to it. It's like a crazy mess. My hair just does what it wants to do. It also gets so knotty, so we bring out the trusty Tangle Teaser, and starting at the ends, work my way up to my roots. It just really helps to get out all those knots. Trusty GHD times. I could not live without my GHDs. If they ever broke, I think I would cry. And my hair's not too curly, so I'm not going to bother separating it at all. I'm just going to quickly run the straightener over all the ends because that's what gets crazy the most. Yeah, not really much else to say here. I'm simply just straightening my hair. Once it's all straight, I grab my trusty brush again and just very, very lightly brush through everything, otherwise it goes crazy. And that's it, that's my nice little look. There's me doing a nice very big close up there. I hope that you like this video, and make sure that you thumbs it up and that you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!